part 2 of our Sierra Nevada beer camp. We're going to do white IPA first.
Sounds good to me.
Done in collaboration with Kyuchi.
Sure.
You're the one that was in Japan for a while.
Yeah, so was
I.
Oh, yeah, okay. Can either of you pronounce
all
it
of us
properly?
except you, Sean. All of us. Everyone in the room except you.
Literally everyone except you.
And I probably pronounced it better than both of you could.
Probably did.
It's 7.2%. It's a white IPA with yuzu. Mike, would you like to tell us what yuzu is? Or
It's a citrus fruit. Apparently, it looks a little bit like an uneven sort of grapefruit. Looks like a little bit like a Meyer lemon, sort of. I think.
now, what's a Meyer lemon?
It is a citrus fruit that it may or may not be a cross between a lemon and a mandarin orange.
May or may not. Okay, just making sure.
The jury's still out on that one.
We were
We
arguing before.
We were arguing about it.
It says Hitachino Nest's most, I don't know what that even means, most popular beer is their white ale, so is natural starting point for this collaboration. We opted to add hops and made a white IPA based on the flavor profile of the white beer. Kyuchi suggested incorporating the use of yuzu, which is a small Asian citrus fruit, into the brew, and we found the bright lime-like tartness perfectly accentuated the flavors of the hops and spicy notes of the classic wheat beer yeast.
So, Hitachino's Nest most popular beer is their white ale. So it's natural starting point for this collaboration. So why is
Is Hitachino Nest the brewery?
I think it might be.
Then what is
brewer,
Kyuchi? But then look, Kyuchi Brewery is.
Oh boy.
What's the? I don't get it.
So it's a collab with Kyuchi Brewery, but Hitachino's Nest. Hitachino's Nests.
Maybe they should have clarified
Let's
this.
find it right now.
But 1823.
Yeah, that's
No,
brewery.
That's the name of the beer line.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's their product line.
Yeah, because they have
they have sake.
Got it.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. I like that name, Hitachino Nest.
Hitachino Nest.
Very sensual. It's like you're wearing a kimono. You call your house your dojo. You're just banging everybody's mom. So
Is that sensual? You bang? Well, actually, I guess if you're banging a mom,
you're sexing all those.
She probably is like a cougar. She doesn't really need anything sensual. She's already done all that shit.
Cougar.
She's ready for it. This is only review number 2.
Whatever you want to call it.
let's go look.
Is it chill haze or is that haze?
It's.
I don't know if that's condensation or what.
It's slightly hazy. It's almost clear.
Almost.
I'm getting some haze.
Yeah, no, but I can see the color of my finger through it though. So
I can see the detail of the condensation I wiped on the other side of the glass. So it's very clear, but
it's slight amount of haze there.
it's a light fog,
Yeah,
not a London fog.
and it's like a pale yellow kind of a color.
Yeah.
Mike, now have you ever had anything from this brewery, or I read too
Never.
sorry?
No. You guys are much more explorative than I am.
I don't even know if I've ever seen them over here.
All the stuff all the stuff I had in Japan is the stuff you've heard of.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Asahi, Orion, Kirin.
Yep.
Should we get a nose?
Yeah.
Ooh. Definitely getting that coriander. The nutmeg. That spiciness. What is the yuzu add though?
It's supposed to be like almost like lime-like. Apparently. Yeah, bright lime-like tartness.
I'm not really getting. Oh yeah, I guess I get it when
I'm getting almost like a generically citrus kind of a.
really dig in. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a very generic citrus. Acid.
Should we take a sip?
Do it.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Oh, and if anything we say in here doesn't make sense, it means you're probably watching out of order. So go make sure you're watching this in order.
And drink along with us.
Yeah, all the
Try.
beers.
Try and keep up.
Definitely getting coriander there for sure.
Yeah.
And it's almost getting like that peppery kind of a note.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up on that yuzu. How the fruits go.
There's a weird bitterness that's not really that pleasant.
Weird
bitterness. That finish is very unpleasant.
It doesn't bother me. I'm kind of into it.
Kind of lingers. Well, you're into a lot of weird things, so.
That's
You
true.
are into a lot of weird things.
Yeah. Power Rangers and stuff like that.
I mean, like I'm not.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, shut up, Mike.
Fair enough. There's a really drying character. It's like my tongue dries out immediately.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely got a super, super. I can't even call it a dry finish because it's like shortly after it hits your tongue, you're just like,
Yeah.
not sure. Not sure what to make of the taste. Like the nose was like, all right, I know what to expect from this, and then you get in there and you take a bite out of it, and it was like
Not what your nose was.
not at all, which I don't hate.
It's like, is your nose lying?
It's interesting.
I feel like I'm getting more of that citrusy note from the nose rather than the flavor profile.
Yeah, I'm not really getting it from the flavor whatsoever. Getting some kind of like Sazerac hops. It's not even like all the way old Yoda. It's kind of young Yoda.
Yeah, I think this is like Phantom Menace in Yoda.
Still limping around like a bitch.
No, he wouldn't be limping around like a bitch. He'd be like jumping off the ceilings and shit.
Yeah, but he limped into that scene.
And then started
said
backflips.
everywhere.
Yeah.
He was like,
Paranoia, man. So okay, let's
Yeah, this one doesn't bother me. I'm kind of into it, honestly.
yeah, I do like this beer. I don't know what the hell to make of it though. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not able to like be like, oh, it's this, it's that.
I'm gonna reserve judgment. Maybe it'll open up a little bit as it warms, but I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
really,
that's.
I really don't like the bitterness.
I think I kind of do. I think it's distinctly different from everything we've had so far. So I'm enjoying the slight change of pace.
Fair enough.
But I'm not. I still don't get it as a white IPA. I still. It's to me. It's like I'm getting a little bit almost like a weird kind of a peppery white ale deal. But I'm not getting like overwhelming amount of hop.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time like classifying this as IPA because it's almost like something bohemian because it has those like Sazerac, like noble hop kind of characteristics to it, like very slight pepper. But that bitterness is very pronounced. Then again, I can't even say it's on the finish or the back end of it. It's really forward.
Yeah, I'm getting
a little
almost
more forward than I would
I'm getting
like.
the mid palate almost.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it just comes on, it just sucks everything out of your tongue, and then I'm like actually getting like a juiciness now almost as it goes. It's definitely bizarre. That is a weird one. Definitely not a white IPA though.
No.
By any typical measure.
Yeah.
All right, so which one are we doing next?
The Dunkelweiss by is it Eyinger?
Eyinger.
Yeah,
I forget
Eyinger.
it. They've been around for a while. 1877. It's actually very so they're from Germany. I mean, you guys should know who they are. The weird thing is like all these other breweries have brewed like interesting takes on the styles that they're I guess kind of known for. But this is just like it's just a Dunkelweiss.
Well, it says here, we're brewing a classic Bavarian-style Dunkelweiss
Yep.
beer. Yep. Eyinger's wheat beers are among the best produced anywhere in the world. We decided to bring together our two approaches to the style and create an all-new, rich, malty version of the style. It's brewed in our open fermenter to allow the authentic Bavarian yeast strain to shine, with complex aromas of banana bread, caramel malt, and clove.
Malty wheat beer with clove.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, this actually is super interesting. And coming in at 5.7%. That is that's got drinkability for this cat written all over it. So
And I love me a good Dunkel.
yes.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a Dunkel though, does it?
Again, it's a little
Yeah, it
out of
does.
season for it. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's a Dunkel.
Oh,
That looks
from,
like
from when
the
the English
bottle.
saw it, it almost looked like a sort of like a light murky brown.
Oh.
But it's just the way the light was hitting it for me.
Yeah, this is definitely that's
It is almost ambery, but yeah, it's definitely more brown than amber than anything. It's more dark caramel. Caramel.
caramel. I'll tell you, like those like traditional German Bavarian beers are just so fun to look at half the time
Yep.
too. Doesn't matter what it is, alt beers,
Because some of them are like, even if they're
Schwarz
like,
beers.
they're like unfiltered, but they're still kind of pretty to look at.
Oh, they're incredible.
It's like, where do they get their color from?
Yeah, the malts, the base malts.
There's like a dark kind of caramel color almost off amber.
Yeah, well, there's like a nebulous that forms like there's pretty bright light I'm looking at there, and there's this nebulous just kind of in the middle that just kind of soaks up all the light around it. But then down towards the bottom of these glasses, it's
It's almost orange.
I'd like to see a full pour in like a Belgian tulip, see how it looks. Because you'll probably be able to capture a lot more light, but that's something special right there.
Let's get a nose on this, huh?
Yep, there it is.
Oh god.
The like brown bread malt.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
big brown bread.
Big
notes.
can of B&M brown bread
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
raisins.
Yep.
With raisins.
I'm getting like brown sugar, a little bit of raisin.
Molasses. Just killed a bunch of people in Boston.
Molasses.
Flood. You know the molasses flood?
When was this?
It was in the 1800s.
You're gonna be like last week, dude.
It's like everyone died.
Yeah.
This is the Great Molasses Spill. Like I think like 100 people.
Yeah, kill 100
died.
people.
I didn't know that.
There was like a big like cartoon water tower full of molasses that broke and flooded everything and killed a bunch of people.
Holy smokes!
Chicago's got a fire. LA's got their riots and their earthquakes. Like, yeah, it's a fucking molasses spilt everywhere, kid. It was a fucking worst. Donnie got fucking the worst of it.
Kid.
There wasn't enough fucking brown bread and all fucking salty. That is.
I got a nice spiciness in there almost.
I'm not getting the clove as much as they said because you're getting like I'm getting the banana bread, I'm getting the caramel, but I'm not really getting
definitely.
the clove.
The esters mixed with the heavy hot cereal malts.
Man, I can't wait to dive into this. But this is also
something special.
probably the most like normal,
Very traditional.
very traditional.
Yeah, so out of what I've seen so far,
The
like, if I can
Treehouse
remember
was
what
probably the
lines
next
were.
closest in tradition, like to
Regular ass beer.
Yeah.
That golden ale is pretty traditional.
I don't know. I thought that golden ale was kind of. It was again. I just drank like a 14th star golden, the recruit.
Yeah.
Which was like straight golden. Like it was
Yeah.
very vanilla missionary. You know what I mean? You're just like,
Okay.
it works. I know that's a thing.
So it's ladies.
Oh god.
Cheers. I don't. I forget we're not cheers. We don't want to break the glass. That's delicious.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorite beers for fall.
Yeah.
Leaves start turning, like, because the color, first of all, just like meshes with everything perfectly.
But
It's like
also-
the glass is spilling out under the trees, but at the same time, the flavor is just so fucking warm.
Yeah, it's a fall evening kind of a beer.
Yeah.
It's got that like brown bread, like but also with the you get the banana, you get the clove.
Yeah, the banana is much more pronounced on the palate.
Yeah. This like smooth creaminess almost. It's like
And it's almost like a nice body to it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the body and mouthfeel's fine. Like the mouthfeel, it's not heavy, which is weird because the appearance you'd be like, oh, this is kind of almost like cough syrup, but it's very, very smooth, and it's almost got like a weird dry finish to it. So it's just like it's retreating on the back end. It doesn't linger too long. You know, it's not like that house guest that won't leave.
But I'm loving that, like the sweetness is kind of quick. He's got that big burst, almost like a molasses kind of. It's really nice.
And there's actually quite a bit of alcohol in the nose that I'm not picking up on.
for only 5.7% too. It's
I know it's
yeah. This is
Really.
this is outstanding.
yeah. I'd like to see this as like a consistent regular because that's a really good dunkel.
Well, sure, you could probably go find an Eying or Dunkel that's up
I'm
to snuff.
sure, but this is like I don't know. Maybe it's the mood. Really, really good
Yeah.
though.
And next, we have a dry hopped Berliner Weiss or Berliner style Weiss.
Burn in a style.
So 4.2%. It's from St. Arnold Brewing in Houston, Texas. I've never heard of St. Arnold Brewing. Has anyone else? No.
Houston's a cool ass town though. Mm-hmm. H-town, ghetto boys.
Says here, we wanted to make a beer that's a bit outside of both breweries and their wheelhouses, so together we chose to create a twist on the classic tart Berliner Weiss. We're playing off the slightly sour twang of the base beer by adding heaps of dry hopped flavor to complement the tartness with citrusy and fruit-forward hop notes. The primary yeast strain is Sierra Nevada's famous Keller Weiss wheat beer yeast, which imparts notes of banana and clove, blending seamlessly with the hops to create a dry, white wine-like flavor that is as crisp and refreshing as anything we've tried.
Interesting.
That sounds...
Sounds ambitious. For some
Nice.
West Coast, it always gives it away.
Hazy golden.
Yep.
About a quarter finger, maybe a half finger of nice fluffy head. Pearly white.
Yeah, the lacing sticks real well, which is just... It's got legs for sure.
Good nose, huh? Well, it's tart.
Not as tart as I was expecting. But then again, I like
Yeah, you like sour.
I like sour.
Sour.
But especially after that dunkel. you know,
Yeah, this is totally like other end of the wheelhouse.
Are you getting some skunk?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But I usually like I'm getting more like usually when I damn it Yoda. Usually when I have like a Berliner our Berliner Weiss usually reminds me more of like another like a Brett sour or whatever.
Right.
This smell almost like you said skunk. I'm getting like that skunky funk,
Yep.
which almost reminds me of like a farmhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that type of funk. But then again,
it smells like it's gonna have that real dry kind of a finish.
I feel like it's gonna like if I had to guess, I think it's gonna be more sour than.
Yeah, there's definitely that Barnhouse like cow pie funk.
Yeah.
And then there's like
And the interesting thing is they're using a wheat beer yeast, which is so like where are they going? So it's
4.2%.
I'm really curious to see how sour this actually is.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we just went from the Dunkels to this, so it should be pretty pronounced on our palates at this point. It's very warm to very sharp.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Interesting.
It's kind of astringent too. It's a little sour, but
Let it rush right to the back of your throat when you take that sip, because it like hits like the
That's what the sourness
back
comes.
of my cheese. It's just like holy cow.
Like at first when you first take a sip.
Every time I do the Berliner Weisses, I always just like take it all in right away. Nothing. Okay.
I was waiting for Sean.
Saving it.
He's gonna put this on replay later. But yeah, it really does just like there's definitely the sour.
You don't get it at first though until like you said until it comes right to the back.
Right to the back. Yeah.
I'm sort of getting like
I'm getting like a tea. Sorry, I cut you off, but like I had to
Right.
like a tea like when you first get a sip.
What kind of tea are we talking about?
It's like a regular like Earl Grey or like
Really?
Like
maybe
some
green
bergamot
tea.
and stuff like that.
Something like that, yeah. Just
I'm
like
not
a
getting
random
bergamot
tea
at
leaf.
all.
Super quick. And then I get the sourness. I don't know, it's weird.
I'm definitely getting the sour. Mission
Almost a tea, yeah.
accomplished
I don't know where I'm getting it.
I'm getting sort of an unpleasant astringency. I don't know if that's just me.
Are you sure it's not the sourness?
No, I'm getting the sourness, and then it's sort of getting astringent.
I don't get astringent.
Okay.
I'm getting very, very tart.
Yeah, I'm getting very, very
Very,
tart.
very tart.
It's just
My,
like sitting and like
It's like,
yeah. Good thing we did this one last.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
last in this batch.
Last in this batch, yeah.
Now,
Yeah, because it's going to destroy the palate for everything else.
and this is very dry beer too.
It's incredibly dry beer.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not picking up on like they keep using dry hopped, and I'm not getting that.
I'm not getting that
whatsoever.
at all. Not
I'm getting
at all.
zero hop character in this.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just like
Maybe that's the dry hop that they said. It says they're getting. We're playing up the slightly sour twang of the base beer by adding heaps of dry hop flavor to complement the tartness. So I'm wondering if like the hops are what we're getting in the beginning, and then but
I'm not.
the tartness is like comes in right at the end. It's like whoa.
I would like to see the hop bill and see exactly what they were using. Like, was it like something pretty reserved, like Cascade?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I imagine they wouldn't put like a topaz or anything that's going soured, but
Yeah, but maybe. I don't know. 'Cause I'm not getting it at all. Like, I mean, I can't put my finger on anything.
And I'm not really looking for, like sometimes I don't even look for that. Like, yeah, I don't get the bitterness. Unless it's that like tea flavor. I'm getting this like. It's the only way I can explain it.
I think it might be the tannins that is like providing that tea flavor because like
But I'm
like
getting
a
it
very
before
green
the-
tea can give you like a very like tanniny.
I'm getting it before the sour hits though.
They're trying to create a dry white wine-like flavor, and
They definitely accomplished that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, 'cause
Pinot Grigio
I'm
all
getting.
day.
I was gonna get. I'm getting like Grigio right in the
man.
front almost.
Yeah,
Like,
that-
right
that-
at the front of your tongue.
If you like no shit, let this go flat and then served it to me chilled, I would think it was a wine, almost like that. That's like it's a perfect example of the Berliner Weiss style. But it's just like the dry hopped part is kind of sticking with me because it's like you keep. This is the second time they said dry hopped, and I haven't picked up on that dry hopped character.
Super tart though. Like,
It might
don't
be the
need-
third time. I don't know. Keep going.
we're definitely need to cleanse our palates hard before round 3.
Yeah.
After that
You know
one,
we
yeah.
didn't do at the second round? We didn't choose our favorites.
This is the second round.
This is the second round? Oh, Jesus. Hey, all right.
All right, we should eat something after this round.
Nope, I'm going to keep this freak train going.
All right.
This round went a lot longer than the last one. So,
Yeah.
which was your favorite in this round?
You asking me?
Yes.
All right, so I'm definitely going to go with the Dunkelweiss. Hands
I'm
down. That was
I agree
something
with you.
special.
I agree.
The presentation entirely all the way through was
Definitely.
perfect. They nailed it.
Across the board, Dunkelweiss.
I think my second is the Berliner.
Yep.
Yeah, the Berliner's really good.
That white IPA is
And I know you weren't a big fan of that first white IPA, but I like it. But it's sort of like it has two guys that were just better.
Yeah, yeah. It was in a tough class. Like, matchups make fights and styles make fights. It just probably wasn't paired, well with these other two. But
yeah. We didn't even explain the first video what we're doing for pairing wise.
Well, to be honest, I'm not that sure.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do at least like one kind of weird beer.
Right.
That sounded weird. So like the Thai stylized tea from part one, and this one probably the Berliner Weiss was the. We wanted to do the Sunday ale, the raspberry Sunday ale, but we figured the Berliner Weiss and that would clash. So like the Berliner Weiss in this sense was kind of our odd man out beer.
In the context of the other ones, it's definitely the odd man out.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's no question whatsoever.
Yeah, but in a general sense, it's actually not because it's like a.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty traditional style, a pretty popular style, but it's.
But as far as the flavor profile is way out.
Flavor profile, that's it's like a glass of wine almost. Very dry. But well done with that round. That was pretty good. That Dunkel was.
Yeah. So Iyinger, please tell us if we're pronouncing it wrong. We probably are.
Probably.
You guys make a great Dunkel and
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dunkel.
All the beers are there. I haven't had any beer yet out of these two rounds that I've been like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Right. I sort of think at this point, I think Dunkel's my favorite so far.
Spoilers. Now they're not gonna watch to the end, Mike.
So far.
Yeah, we are only 6 deep.
There's
6 more to go.
All right. Anyways. All right, so keep watching. Watch part 3. Let us know what you guys thought of these, and if you had them before, let us know what your favorite Dunkel is. Let us know what your favorite Berliner Weiss is, and let us know what your favorite white IP is. And yeah, so nerdsense.net. From there, every place else. I'm Sean.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Reed.
And this is Nerdsense Drinks.
That Dunkel was probably the best so far.